Because let's say, for instance, that technically he was seen to give a get under against his will, and but the get stood, and then the woman went and had a relationship, got married, had children, and then many years later that child wanted to get married to another, got a shidduch or something, and then there's somebody researchers past saying no, no, his father gave a divorce against his will. You're a mamzer. You're not marrying my daughter. That happens. That can happen. You see that? You see that woman over there? Don't let your children marry any of their children over there. They're all mamzers. See how it can affect somebody's life, future, right? Hence, they want people to consult a Beth Din prior to any legal action in the secular system. According to the guidelines published by the Home Office, the ability to refuse to give a get has been recognised as a specific issue providing abusive husbands with power and control, and will sometimes be used to exert leverage in relation to other aspects of the divorce. It states the refusal will have a significant impact on the wife's wider living conditions. She will often be severely restricted in her social and personal life, but it will also now include a reference to the Beth Din, going on to state that I've known a few women who've been refused to get. They ended up getting married in secular law, but they couldn't get married in religious law. So they're living together in sin according to Jewish law, Eventually, they got the get. The husband gave the get many years later. He softened his heart. He went off and got married. You see, in under a secular law, because he was also still married under Jewish law, halachic law, but he didn't care. He was so what? But she did. She did care about it, and he wouldn't give her a get. I think he did eventually. But it also now includes a reference to a Beth Din going to the state that get refusal affects her ability to remarry and directly affects the status of any children she may have in the future. That's the big thing, you see. In such cases, women are able to consult at the earliest opportunity their Beth Din on the matter of issuing the get. Batei Din, as religious court authorities, are able to advise couples on the position in Jewish law for dissolution of their religious marriage. The Federation of Synod, because it's not about you, it's about the kids. You've got to think about the children and the impact that it has on the children, especially any children that you have out of. You might think, so what? I don't care. I don't believe in it anymore. I don't believe in God and everything. But the child, right, their future is impacted. Let's say they do become from Bale Teshuva. They become from. They want to go through there. They don't know that they're technically. They don't know that they're a mamzer, and yet they meet somebody. They fall in love. They think he Dovan's lovely and everything. Oh, he's marvellous. And they go to get married, and they do the father-in-law does some research into his past and finds out that he's basically a mamzer. No, you're not marrying my daughter. My grandchildren won't be recognised under Jewish law. No blessings in this union. Sorry, no, you pack it back. Come on, back. They like that, The Board of Deputies Family Law Group had also sought to include a similar caution, as did the London Beth Din, which had warned punitive measures or the threat thereof against one party would in all likelihood invalidate a get. Baroness Altman, one of the peers who pushed for get refusal to be recognised as abuse, said she was delighted that Parliament has shown its support for Jewish women who are suffering abuse because of rules specific to their religious beliefs. The aim is to help women already going through the painful experience of divorce avoid the further anguish caused by get refusal so they can proceed with their lives freely in accordance with their religious beliefs. I do hope the religious leadership will continue to work hard to improve the way these victims are treated and introduce new procedures that offer great support, while also clearly indicating to their communities that refusing to grant a get is unacceptable, abusive behaviour. She expressed gratitude to all the ministers, officials and cross-party parliamentary colleagues who worked so hard to ensure this matter was clarified under the new statutory guidance for the Domestic Abuse Act. Naomi Dixon, Chief Executive of Jewish Women's Aid, said the guidance was key to helping Jewish women to feel acknowledged and more confident to reach out for support if they if they are being abused through get refusal or in other culturally specific ways. I hope that it will act as a deterrent to potential abusers and encourage institutions, including mainstream domestic abuse agencies and the Jewish courts, to become literate on in how to support women well in this area. Footnotes. So footnotes. This is how that was. So basically, there's other stuff to read, but so I was very interested to know what the outcome was because I've researched the internet, couldn't find any more commentary on it. I know that he went into prison. He was locked up. He got an 18-month sentence. But according to a friend of mine, his nephew is the CEO of the Federation of Rabbis. He's the top lad. So I got him to contact him to find out what the outcome is. And he went and checked, and he came back and said, if I remember correctly, that he was released. It was all kept quiet, and he gave his wife a get. Right, that was the outcome of it. So the prison sentence kind of worked, right? I don't know what's happened to him since. Maybe they want it all to be a more quiet life. You know, maybe I could imagine the whole thing would have been major stress. So David, Alan, and Ms. Moher, forgive me for making this video. I hope everyone is well. If you're in Golders Green or Stamford Hill, I could have a stickler chicken with you, and it'd be nice, when passing through. But the use of this law as a stick, a threat to the male man to give a get, is that still coercion? If you don't give a get, you're going to prison. Is that, as a get given with this hanging over one's head, against your free will? What do you think? Anything to add? Anybody know anything else about this? Anybody got any similar examples to share? I find it fascinating. I love halacha. I absolutely love it. I'm not brilliant on halacha, but I've done my learning with Rambam's Mishnah Torah, and we cover off all this kind of thing. I've been around 2 or 3 times, and yet some of it, even on the first, second, and third passage, it goes over my head. There's always something new to learn. But okay, I thought I'd review it. I find it very interesting. Whatever you want to say, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.